guys, I just want to make a video talking about the importance of telling your loved ones what they mean to you. And I'm making this because I've been around people who have died in my life, loved ones, and I've had to say goodbye to people that mean something to me, and I also didn't get a chance to say goodbye to some others in my life since I was a child until today. So, like, just speaking from a place of love and compassion and pain, like an experience that I've been through, I just know how important it is that people tell their loved ones and tell whoever is in your life what they mean to you, however God would lead you, okay? And however that form of way would be. Like, it could be in a letter, it could be in a song, it could be in a poem, it could be face-to-face, it could be in a video, it could be in an email. I mean, it just depends. But, like, I'm telling you this because I know from my own personal experience that if I could go back in my life, in these experiences when I didn't get to tell certain people how much they meant to me before they died, you know, I wish I had done things like this years and years ago. I do remember as a child writing letters, like, to friends and to my parents sometimes, you know, and cards and things like that, telling them what they meant to me. But as I got older, you know, and I went through life battling my own emotions, battling my own turmoil and scars and things that I went through in my own life, like, it distracted me and took me away from expressing the love that I could have and should have shown more. And so I'm just sharing this with you guys to maybe give you some encouragement and to give you some ideas on how you can tell your loved ones that you love them before it's too late. And I'm really speaking too from a place of, like, from a daughter, and, like, I'm thinking of my own mother when I make this video. Like, I'm so thankful that my mother and I made peace and that we got to say things to each other, things of love that helped heal each other's hearts. So I'm also coming from that place when I make this video. Like, I remember just the last conversations we had, my mother and I, they were just so deep, so pure, so spirit-led. And it was things that were so simple, you guys, things that were so simple of the heart. And that's what both of us needed to heal. So, like, I know everyone's situation's different, and not all relationships can magically heal overnight. And, you know, I know that love takes work and it takes time, and sadly, sometimes people don't get that chance. But I'm just saying, if you have that ability, you know, if you're breathing right now, and if you pray and ask God to make a way for you to reconcile with a loved one, or to just share your heart with a loved one, then I know He can make this happen for you as He has done for me. Like I said, I know every situation is different, and sometimes it's sad that some people can't reconcile for whatever reasons. You know, if trauma is there, and it just depends upon every circumstance. So I'm just speaking in general here, okay? Just to give you some ideas. Like, some of the things that you can share with a loved one is, like, share memories of good things that you guys shared together. Tell them your thoughts and things that have been on your heart that mean something to you about them, whether it's a memory, whether it's something they said or did to comfort you, to make you feel loved and special and valued. Remind them of songs that remind you of them, and memories of those songs and why they're so important to you. Maybe it's you guys shared a moment watching a movie together, or it could be anything, you guys. A smell, a season, a specific memory, you know, where they touched your heart in a deep, deep, profound way. And it's these things that really, really sincerely matter, you know, to God and to people, to make them feel like their life here is important, that they made a difference in someone's life. Because if you're thinking about it, really, if everyone's honest with themselves, let's just try to imagine ourselves right now, you and I, on our deathbed. What are some of the things that your heart would want to hear? You would want to hear from your loved ones how your life affected their lives, how, like, if you made a difference at all. So that's how I put my mind and heart in this mindset, to really sit down and make a list like if you're thinking of one specific person, make a list. Imagine yourself on your deathbed and what that person means to you. Write down those bullet point things, and then you can later elaborate if you're writing something to this person, or you can just sketch down memories, something that you want to write down that you're not going to forget, that you want to share with them. That's kind of where I started, and I just feel like this is so important, because every life is so important to Jesus. Every life is so important and has a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So it's our job as family, as hearts, to express that love to our loved ones so that they know where their value is, so that they know that their time here spent on earth is important. And if you remind them of these things, it's just going to make them that much more encouraged to be aware of the people in their life, to be aware of what God would want them to be doing with their time, and how they could be helping others and serving others and supporting others too, right? And serving others with their time, and expressing the same type of, love to people in their life. So I really see that it's like this fire, you know what I mean? Like, God puts a light in everybody, you guys, in everyone who has any good in them. That's God's light. And, I'm not saying that every single person is born again, but every single person has the ability to do good, to show love. And when a person does that, they're so pleasing to Jesus. And it's so important to take your light that you have here on earth and to let it shine. And that may sound cliche, right? But it's the most important thing. Love is the healer. It's the most important thing. It helps with forgiveness. It helps with patience. I mean, showing love, showing patience, all of this. It's so important. And forgiveness, and it heals hearts. And if you're speaking life into people, then, compassion and love goes a long way, you guys. You don't know what you could be doing to that person's heart in that moment, what you could be saving in their soul. Like if they're in a turmoil with themselves, with the devil, and even with God. Like, God can use people to speak life into people who are in their own turmoils and in, a pit of hopelessness. And so I know that our voices here are the most valuable thing that God has given us, our hearts. And, even if you can't speak, you can show love. You can express love in so many ways. And you can do that by asking Jesus to help you. Think of memories, think of something that someone did in your life that meant something to you, and jot it down, right? And then before you know it, you'll have lists of things that how this one person affected your life. Think about what it would do to that person and to your own heart to share this with them. Think about how much hope and just, life would be breathed into them, and the joy and the desire to even want to get up the next day. Like, your love and your words have that much power. So yeah, I just wanted to make this to encourage you to write your lists out. Sit with God, help Him bring you there in spirit. You can ask God, help me go to this deep place in spirit. And you guys, this can really help you learn to show compassion upon others, even those that you may have hate for in your heart. I've noticed this has helped me in the past, so I pray that it helps to encourage you to do this. It's a healing technique that really works, and doing this actually has helped me forgive people, and it's helped me to, just forgive and to be long-suffering and to be patient. And because when you realize that all of us are human beings, we all make mistakes, regardless of whether or not we're family, regardless of whether or not it's a parent or a family member of some kind that you hold high on a pedestal. They're human beings. They make mistakes like you and me. So if you can get to that mindset and really just ask God to bring you there in spirit and to help you get to that place in spirit where you can think of all the good that this person has done for you and how they've touched you, and ask God, to point out the good in them, to you, so that you'll even learn new things about this person's heart in your own heart in the process. And I promise you, like, it may not be overnight, but if you're trying to forgive somebody, or if you're working through something like that in your heart, like, this will help. This is a technique that personally helped me, like I said. So this is another reason why I wanted to share this with you. But it'll help you even love your enemies. If you have enemies who are just making your life a living hell, to put it lightly. Like, if you sit down and you ask God to help you love your enemies, and He will. He'll bring you to that place in spirit to eventually sit there with God, and you'll find yourself crying and even praying for their soul, and pleading with God to save their soul, because that's deep love, you guys. And I'm not saying there isn't a place for judgment, because absolutely there is. And then I'm not saying that you're not allowed to be angry at certain things. There is a righteous anger, right? God's people share in the righteous anger with God in situations. But my point is like, these are just some of the coping mechanisms that God has personally taught me. Like, if I'm trying to forgive someone, or if I'm being persecuted, or just if I want to sit down and pour out my heart and use my time, my light, and my love to pour life into other people, then, and get into spirit with God, then that's what I do. Like, I like doing this. It's healing for me too, and it makes me realize, like, how I can even touch people, even if people aren't telling me things that I'm sharing with other people. It does this, like God shows me, don't you think that there are people out there who think these same things about you? They're just not saying it. And whereas that's sad, not just for me, but for many of you who aren't being, told these things that your heart would need to be told. Like, it is a healing mechanism, and it helps me see everybody, like, on the same page in a way, even if some people are walking with God or aren't walking with God, or it doesn't even matter, like, where they're at in their walk in life. I just mean, like, in speaking in general, like, it helps me to relate to other people, and to see us all as, like, on the same level, how we all need the same thing, which is love. We need healing, we need patience, we need compassion, we need mercy. You guys, we need forgiveness. We need God's love. We all need this. So anyways, I hope this was an encouragement to you, and I hope you're having a great day. God bless.